Hi guys, I am Sharon Woodhouse and I chose to focus on the Scottish culture and the Scottish dance. The main dance of the Scottish that I chose to focus on is called the Highland dance. The Highland dance is very unique and specific to the Scottish culture because of all the time and preparation and revision that it took to really build this dance and to make it what it is today. The Highland dance is a sort of beacon for, so it's like a beacon of celebration, rituals, and preparation for like the battles and wars that they fight and face. They gain like the strength and power of their ancestors through this dance. That's what it was first known for, is a ritualistic dance where they would, before the battle, the men would gather around and do this dance to gain the power and strength of their ancestors so that they were ready for battle. They didn't have any really celebration to it. It was just a ritual to tap into like their ancestors' power and stuff so that they would have it. This has changed a lot today because now it's more of a celebration dance, and the way that it changed from a ritual to a celebration dance is through their history and through the battles that they faced. When they were first developing this Highland dance, and it was only the men participating in it, they would dance, and the women, children, no one else could participate in it. It was only the men, and they went out to war, and they didn't really win a lot of wars and battles and stuff, and so they became really discouraged as a community and people and really fell apart, and they were really ashamed of who they were and their Scottish culture. Queen Elizabeth actually was down there in Scotland, and she noticed that the dance that they did before the Highland dance that it wasn't really powerful and didn't really have any meaning to it. So she went and she told them that they needed to have more of a celebration of their ancestors and the things that they have achieved and have won to gain up their self-confidence and their courage again. So it slowly changed into more of a celebration and a community and a culture dance. The women, children, everyone was involved in it, and they were celebrating their ancestors and the strength that they had and to gain it back. Through this dance, they achieved what they never had before, the courage that they needed, and the strength and the power that they really needed to be able to go into war in their battle prepared. Queen Elizabeth started noticing that throughout the changes when they would go to the battle, that they came back and they changed up this dance to make it more of a celebration dance. Whether they won or whether they not, they still always had this amazing dance afterward to show that they are powerful and they are strength and they have a lot of strength as a people, and it really changed their community and their culture. Because before the Highland dance, it was just guys doing it, and they didn't have a whole community involvement. But with this, they really grew as a community and as a people, and that really is what and how they gained their strength through this dance. This dance really helped them develop as a community and as a people. This dance really united everyone. Everyone participated in the Highland dance before and after the battles that they had, or they just did it for fun to be as a community together. This dance is also known for the ritual aspect as well, still today, as well as celebration. So as they're celebrating their ancestors and the things that their ancestors have gained, they are focusing on what they can gain now, and so they really use the Highland dance as a beacon for their ancestors to really reconnect with them and notice the things that they have achieved and have changed. The Highland dance is a very unique perspective of the power, strength, and celebration that the Scottish have in their lives. The history of the Scottish is very interesting because they believed that with one ruler, one king, that they need one king to rule over everyone. And when they didn't have that one person to turn to, they fell apart as a community. And through that, Queen Elizabeth really helped them develop that they don't need one ruler to be a community and a culture. And the dance really showed that they are more powerful as a culture and a community, and they have more strength and power and confidence as a people rather than just one person ruling over them. The Highland dance, as I mentioned, is a very strong beacon to show of their power, strength, and celebration. The movements in the dance, when you watch the Highland dance, is very interesting. They use a lot of fast-paced movements of their whole body, their head, their arms, their legs, their torsos. They have these really fast-paced movements, and then one moment they're just still. This signifies the power and their strength and the strength that they have, not only through dance, but in their individual lives and as an individual person. The fast-paced movements that they use are very unique and really show their dominance over other cultures, saying that we are strong enough as a people and as an individual. In their Highland dance, they start out just standing straight up, as still as they can be, as a statue-like person. They are in a pin-like position facing the audience or the people that are watching them. The stillness lasts for a little bit at the beginning of the dance. They stand there, their arms are straight down, pin-like figure, and this shows that the control and power and strength that they have. Their bodies perfectly straight and tight. The stillness reflects the determination that they have to not be moved by other cultures anymore. They have gained this through the culture, through their culture and through their history that they did have, and this movement is very, very unique to them because they used to be controlled by others, but now they really have that uniqueness about them. After they start out really strong pin-like position, they move into the repetitive jumping up into the air, pin-like position, and then they go down to the ground in a ball-like formation. They turn away from the audience and do it in a circle pattern motion. The frog-like junction, the frog-like movement of them jumping up into the air and then back down is like a frog catching a fly. This movement, this rapid, fast movement shows that they have power to overcome any obstacles that they have in their lives, and that they are able to, through their movements and stuff, have the power that they need to do that. So for my personal collage, the movements that I chose are travel, ocean, exercise, music, reading, roller coasters, driving, eating, sleeping, and trampoline. So I am going to show you those. Okay, so first I have travel, and then ocean, exercise, music, reading, roller coaster, driving, eating, sleeping, and jump roping. So those are the 10 things from my personal collage that I did. And then for the Scottish dance, their movements that are really significant to their their culture, is, so they start out pin-like figure, straight line up and down, and then they move into their crouch, and then their frog-like jumps. And then from there they go back to their straight line, and then they do a step back and a kick, and then they turn, step back, kick, turn, kick, turn, kick, turn. And then they do the up, kick, jump, up, kick, jump, up, kick, jump, up, kick, jump. So these are like the main moves of the Scottish dance, and they are very repetitive and really high volume and high energy that they have. Okay, and then I chose, the question is, which of these dance forms does the culture group you researched fulfill? So the Scottish Highland dance is a social dance form. It used to mostly be a ritual dance form, but it has slowly changed throughout history into a social dance form. How does the dance form specifically fulfill the function and characteristics of this form? Well, the Highland is a social dance form because of the entirety of the community involvement and of the celebration aspect, and how they use it to celebrate not only themselves but their ancestors and other cultures. And it really signifies that they are people who have really grown socially as a people and as a community and culture. The next one is, how are you presently experiencing personal dance forms in your everyday life? Well, movement happens every second of every day. Every movement that you do can be a dance form. When I vacuum the floor, when I take out the trash, when I eat food, when I go running, when I take my dog outside, when I'm sleeping, when I'm jumping on the trampoline, when I'm typing at a computer. All of these are factors of dance forms, and really are how dance forms are kind of created, is through everyday movements. We don't realize how important basic everyday movements are to dance, but that's what they're created out of. That's how dance is created, is out of different everyday movements that we may not realize are dance forms, but they can be. How would you like to specifically incorporate this more into your life? I would like to incorporate personal dance into my life more by noticing the repetitive patterns that I do every day and changing them up. So like whether it's taking my dog out, washing the dishes, anything like that, I would like to be able to do something every day. And watching how others do like the same task as me, but they do it differently, like the same movement but different ways of doing it, and watching how they do it opposed to how I do it, I would really like to change that and notice the patterns that I do and change it into a way that could be a personal dance form. So that is the end. So thank you.